All right.
Well,
Yeah.
mute the
Perfect.
soundbar.
It makes me kind of think we need like a theme song to play whenever we load up.
Yeah. Like fucking. I don't know what I'm gonna think of. Like da 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 or some shit like that. I don't know. Just think of
I
something.
thought you were going Mario there for a
Yeah,
second.
yeah.
Yeah,
Whoa,
for-
hang on a second. We don't need to be sued by Nintendo at 5 subscribers.
no.
Jesus.
It'll
Yeah,
happen.
fucking hell.
Uh,
Anyway.
Well.
Anyway, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the podcast. Might be a quick one today. People have schedules and shit. People have life, is what it is.
Yeah.
Life is life, and it fucking happens. So.
Welcome to the only ending once game of life.
Yeah, pretty much.
No shit, Sherlock.
All right. Anyway, freaking, we got Amanda this time on, so she wasn't in last time.
Yeah.
But it's fucking so goddamn awesome to have Amanda back. So it is. It is.
Oh, that is pretty awesome. I thought you were gonna say something else.
Yeah. It's good to be back.
Yeah,
Hey,
for sure.
speaking of names, that's Amanda. I'm Brody.
Yeah.
We have Justin
Hello.
and we have Michael
Thank you. I was about to interject.
and the host Josh,
Yeah.
as
Thank
well.
you. Thank you.
who's
for-
hosting because I still don't have the.
Brody's
magnificent-
talking, isn't he? I can't hear him.
Oh well, what the fuck, Amanda? It's great. This is a great episode. Anyway, what I was gonna say is I don't have a computer, so I don't get to host anymore
Yeah.
for right now.
Yeah, for right now, for the time being. I mean, I'm totally okay with hosting for now, but I mean, it happens.
We set it up to where anybody could host anyway in case this exact moment happened.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Fuck yeah. Absolutely. No, freaking should be good. Freaking work was great. Speaking of work, so how was your first day at the Chapman's factory?
My first week, and
Oh,
it was,
first week,
it
I
was
should
alright.
say.
It's pretty much exactly what you would expect. I do. They switch up the jobs so you don't get tired. I'm either feeding cones into this massive pressing machine that stuffs it with ice cream and puts like wrappers over it, and then I'm either doing that or pulling them out of the machine and putting them in a box, and that's it. That's all I'm doing.
Oh, that's not
That's
terrible.
my job.
I think. Oh, Amanda's got a BRB.
It's just gonna reconnect.
Got some sound issues. That's
Yeah, and all
okay.
that stuff. Stuff happens. Yeah, freaking. Technical difficulties. Fucking love it.
Yeah.
So great. But yeah, no, that doesn't seem like a bad job. Probably. Well, I bet you it doesn't get repetitive. So I mean, after a while, it might. So.
It does. We change up the flavors. I am legally not allowed to tell you what flavors I work on, sadly, because some of them might never be sold.
Oh yeah.
We work on some flavors every week. But I'm moving from cones to ice cream sandwiches, which is right beside me, because I work in the gluten house. Because they have their houses separated because gluten's an allergen and Canadian food laws are
Oh yeah.
well, Canadian food laws.
Oh yeah, Canadian food laws could be. Yeah, I mean that's understandable. I mean, like for my.
Better than someone like
Because
dying
I
from
don't
it.
have any allergies and I like eating bread. That's what I said. They're like, "Do you eat gluten?" I'm like, "If you don't eat gluten, I don't trust you." So they put me in the gluten house, and I work with the ice cream sandwiches and the cones and the cookies and the cream. So I'm moving to sandwiches next week
Yeah.
to get that kind of fucking just to feel. Plus the carpool, she's the manager of sandwiches, so it makes more sense for me to be on the same schedule as her anyway. So
Oh yeah. No,
Okay.
absolutely.
so we're gonna be working together on sandwiches, and the best part about sandwiches, and best is in quotations, is once you learn, you run an entire set, like a whole machine, by yourself.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
fun.
Dude, that's actually really. That's pretty
So
cool.
you're making sure the two wafers go into the ice cream, and you're making sure they're getting wrapped, and the boxes are going down properly, all in one fell swoop. And they said it's fucking complicated to pull off, but you'll get used to it.
Oh yeah. No, I wouldn't doubt that.
The
Wouldn't
only thing
doubt
I
that at all.
don't do, because I'm not verified for it, and I don't think I ever fucking want to be, is putting the flavoring and the ice cream into the giant vats. That
Oh,
sit above
yeah.
the
Yeah, I
machine.
see.
I can't do it. I don't know. It's just, I see them do it. I'm like, I don't know how you guys pay attention to everything that's already going on. Like, I got so much on my plate, and they're all like, "Oh, we're running low on chocolate." I'm like, "How did you see that? How did you see that we were running low out of chocolate?" Like, what? What?
Yeah, no,
It's,
that's-
They secretly just have like things stuck into their mind.
But as always, anytime I get a new job, they immediately love me, because I just pick it up. It's not hard. I don't know why. But the guy who's training is like, yeah, there's a lot of new people who can't get it. I'm like, wow.
Well,
That makes
because
no
not a lot
sense.
of people just don't get it. Like, not a lot of people have that sort of like mental
you pick
capacity
up
of like
4
doing it.
cones, put cones in tray, lightly press to ensure they're not broken. That's it.
Yeah,
That's the job.
That's literally just pretty much layman's terms at that point.
Granted,
like,
it took me a little while to get the pacing and the speed right, and you have to like all your other people you work with, they have different speeds, so you got to learn how to work with them and find your momentum. That took me a while,
oh
but
yeah,
the job itself was really easy. And but then I was doing really good at it, and they were like, "Well, you caught on 3 days." Like mostly we have to shadow people for weeks, but they left me alone today. And I did all right. We
well,
had
hell
some
yeah.
issues with the machine, but there's nothing I can do about it. I'm not allowed to reach into the machine at all. So if the
But
machine breaks, it breaks. I'm not allowed.
You don't want to be out to have to reach into the fucking thing.
So that machine has this very fancy light on the inside that sits on the outer shell of the machinery, and as soon as something that isn't ice cream, like even if it's like I don't know, like a piece of metal or something flies into there, that whole machine shuts down for 3 hours.
Holy
Yep.
shit.
Because otherwise, then it, A, gets into stuff.
Yeah,
B,
oh yeah.
it could shoot out and kill somebody.
Yeah, or somebody puts their hand in there. Yeah.
Or that, yeah, and then it
Get
fucking
sucked in.
drags them and get a, what was it?
I don't know. I know for sure that the ice cream machine would do that because it's wrapping and making the ice cream all in one machine. But
Yeah.
for the cones, it's like a giant cage, and it's 2 pumps that go down. One puts the ice cream in, other 2 shoots the chocolate or caramel filling, and then it goes out. And another press puts the lid on and it moves out. So there's no sucking involved in the lower half of my work. Maybe in the upper half, but you know.
Shield.
I heard you laugh at that, Mike.
But it's true. It's true. It's really cool. Some people don't like to learn how the ice cream cones are made, but it was really cool.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
As long as you're enjoying yourself.
The fucking sandwich machine is crazy. I tell you, they literally just have 2 pivoting like downward shelves that slowly feed these wafer cookies into the ice cream, and that's it. That's all it does.
Yeah.
And it's like, how the fuck did you program on the sheet to just take 2 wafer cookies and slap them into ice cream and then wrap it all in one go? It's
Geniuses.
fucking
That's
crazy.
who.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. Jesus.
Oh yeah,
is
no,
the
factory
end of your life, I guess.
factory shit is like a whole new level of technology.
Yeah.
Like they have it
Fucking
fucking pat down. Like it's
I like
insane.
because when I first got in there, the first thing they do is, the first thing they did was show me the emergency shut-off buttons naturally, and then they were like, "Don't worry about how everything is done. Just worry about learning how to take the ice cream cones out of the bin and putting the ice cream cones in. And for the love of God, do not let the machine run out of ice cream cones because it will fill anything regardless of whether or not there's a cone. And it takes 8 hours to clean the inside of that thing.
Holy
They have to
fuck.
fully disconnect the power and then take it apart by pieces.
Jesus. Jesus Christ. That's fucking
Then they
insane.
have to fully sanitize everything because gluten is an allergen.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The same. Amanda's gone again. Sorry.
Yeah, technical difficulties. Holy crap.
Man,
Well, I
I'm
mean,
just-
uh,
But I am tired after that because I don't use my middle back a lot. I use a lot of my lower back and my legs, and
Yeah.
sometimes my upper back. But that's like all my jobs have been cashier jobs, which are mostly standing around lower back.
Yeah.
So using the middle back, I come home and I'm like, oh god, oh, I'm an old man. I can't stand straight.
yeah, fuck.
My coworkers like that'll go away in a week. You gotta give it a week. To build up
give it a
muscle.
week and give it a
And,
week and it'll go away.
Your wrists will get the catalyst or whatever they're called, the hard skin inside that'll be able to do the motions. But it's pretty easy. I caught on pretty quick.
Oh yeah, no.
Um,
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think so. Ah, frick. What else? What did I fucking see the other day? Frickin', I think I mentioned this to Justin a while back. I mean, this is totally off topic, but I ended up seeing an ad yesterday for this thing called Liquid Death. And you want to know what it is? It's water. It's just water.
yeah.
Canned water, pretty much. And
Nice.
my first thought with canned water is like, what the hell? It's canned water? Like, I don't know what to say about that. Like, it's canned
there are
water.
some countries who have banned plastic. Like, I'm not gonna lie, Canada is banning single-use plastics in the nearby future.
Yeah.
They've said it, which means that we are gonna have a lot of canned beverages. Like, we're not gonna have Gatorade in. It's gonna be-
It's
Yeah.
totally fine by me. Honestly, plastic tastes like shit.
No, it does. It really, really does.
It's awful.
Yeah. Now with what is
But
it?
it's
Freaking.
funny because that means we're getting rid of our Ziploc bags and our plastic wrap. We'll
Ooh,
be
yeah.
dumping a lot of stuff like that. We won't be selling little baggies to sell crack cocaine in. Sorry to
Ha.
all the meth heads and stuff out there. They won't be selling those little baggies anymore. Not even for medicine. Sorry.
Oh my
Damn.
god.
You actually will save money, I think, on medications if you bring in your own container for them to fill.
Oh
It's a real
wow.
thing.
That's
Holy shit,
actually
that'd be
It's a
fucking
legit thing.
phenomenal.
that would be. No, that
Yeah.
would be extremely phenomenal.
Well, because they don't want any more little pill bottles, right? They don't want those little Tylenol bottles or those little
Yeah,
whatever
oh.
prescriptions.
Yeah.
And they said that most people who take a lot of prescriptions anyway, take the bottle and then organize it into like a monthly plastic calendar anyway.
Or
Yeah.
have the little like dividers or the like little day by day things.
Yeah, and all that stuff mostly. Or half the time they'll just come in like blister
Because you
packs.
guys-
So, I think I've noticed like they'll come in blister packs. So depending on the pill, I've noticed a lot of medicines like allergy pills. Pretty much a lot of those just
well,
come in the
some
little
pills have
blister.
to say separated.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of those pills have to say separated, so they're going to probably keep those in a single-use plastic because that's medical.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be the same. Anything that's medical stays in a single use because you can't use it again. You can't use an IV bag again. Sorry, you can't fill it back up and use it again.
Yeah.
They'll probably keep that as a single use, but the fact that we, the people, won't be using it is gonna cut back a lot.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, but freaking like with the whole allergy pills and everything, like what I think they should make is like I think they should just make the blister packs a little bit smaller and not have so much of it for like 3 little measly pills, for example.
The only thing I see with dropping the single-use plastics with medication is there will be a lot of stealing. Like there will be a lot of robberies involved with those higher-end drugs. So I don't know how.
Oh yeah, no, that
They can't.
yeah,
They can't like put them in an M&M dispenser, obviously. So I don't know.
that'd be handy.
I don't know.
That'd be a little bit handy, but like they would have to fucking max out the security off of that shit probably. Like they'd have to make it out of freaking like high quality stainless steel or some shit or whatever, like something like how like what an ATM would be made of or something, but for like pills. Maybe, I don't know. I'm just getting some ideas here.
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, Amanda's alive, thank God.
Hello,
Yeah. Perfect.
Yes.
Yeah, freaking
Amanda. So I bought a new book the other day. Guess what it was?
I don't know. I have no idea what book you would buy.
I bought
D&D book.
yeah, I bought Keith Baker's new Eberron book that he put on the DM's Guild.
Oh,
I
okay.
wanted to make one. Not gonna lie, it's half good, half bad. The adventure. So he says that he wants to do more of these, where he posts like an adventure and Eberron that you can run with your friends. And his first adventure, out of the entire slew of dungeons in Eberron, he went with Drome, and I was like, that is the most stock D&D 5th edition dungeon you could run. It's orcs and Medusas, and there's no technology involved. You're in a world with airships, giant titans of robot titans, by the way, fucking portals, dragon gods, and you want to fight orcs and Medusas. I don't.
And he
That's
chose
like-
that?
And he chose that. But he did give us variant races for the elves and dwarves because he knows that dwarves and elves are different in 5th edition than they are in Eberron. So he gave us those.
Oh, okay.
He gave us 2 bugbear sub races and 1 goblin
Ooh.
sub race. And then he gave us some artificer and I think it was wizard class feats. I think it was wizard. You definitely got artificer for sure. You get class feats for artificer, which is really cool. And
Nice.
2 artificer subclasses that work with the UA that they uploaded at the beginning of the year. So it's not bad. It was worth $30, but I already knew everything that was in this book anyway. So, but it was cool, man.
Yeah.
I
It's
prefer to subscribe to Kyber monthly because you get one special unique stat block from like 2.5, 3, 3.5, and 4 for Eberron, and then you get 2 random side quests that you can run with your party, and then you get like a lore drop, and it's only like $5 a month, and you get that, and it's great. It's great. Kyber monthly is fantastic, but it was written by Keith Baker, I hope I'm saying that right. The same guy who made the original Eberron, so of course I bought it naturally.
Yeah.
And
it's nice that he's done kind of like an update kind of thing for it, because not a lot of D&D adventures get an update.
I told Matt when they announced that Eberron was a thing and they put Wayfinder's Guide on DM's Guild, I said, if they launch Eberron, we're gonna see the Icewind Dale and other worlds come out too, because that's what they did in 3.5 and 4. And sure fucking enough, this year we're getting Icewind Dale and something else. So I don't know. They're uploading all their quote unquote unpopular series, and it's really scary because they did that last time in 3.5 and 4 when they then swapped to a new generation like 2 years later. So I don't know if they're preparing to re-release D&D 5.5 or what, but something's happening in Wizards of the Coast, and you guys might need to pay attention to that because it's kind of like a fucking pattern. They will change and they will come out with 5.5.
It'll be interesting to see what happens.
If
now
it's
that
5.
you pointed it out.
Yeah, it's 5.5, which means it'll be every change they've made in the current UA when 5.5 gets released is the new base game. So, I don't know.
Interesting D&D stuff, eh?
Yeah.
Frick.
I know that Josh and Justin have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about, but basically,
no, not really. I'll kind of be honest.
5.5 is a sequel, basically, to 5th edition, which is what we're currently playing. But 5.5 will be the re-release with all the new rules. And some people still play 5th edition with the original rules, and I don't think they're gonna fucking like it, because some of this UA shit that they got is pretty busted. I will admit. Some of the classes needed it. I disagree with anybody who says that the Sorcerer Unearthed Arcana is broken. I'm like, yeah, but sorcerers were garbage in the first place. They got meta magic. That's fucking great.
Yeah, they definitely needed that boost.
Yeah.
Because almost every other class
subclasses, and fighters get
better.
a ton of health, and barbarians are great. Paladins are great. Rangers are great. Rogue gets more than a fucking sorcerer, and sorcerers get meta magic. Meta magic is broken.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but they only get one thing and 2 subclasses, and it sucks.
Yeah, no, that makes...
They get more if you have Xanathars.
Yeah, just kind of like making things a little bit better, just so that way players aren't really, exploiting certain things or...
And it's stupid because they're like, well, Sorcerer was already broken, why'd they give him this ability? I'm like, guys, the ability is once a level. Once a level, they get to change out a spell that they've chosen that they don't like. How is that broken? A wizard can whole fucking spellbook.
No, that's
Clerics.
not broken. I think that's fair.
Clerics and druids get to change out spells every long rest.
Yeah, they could jack off in a fucking bush and change their spells. A sorcerer is stuck with it for life. And sure, the first 5 levels, that's a lot of spells to swap out. But once you start getting into 7 or 8 or 14, that one spell a level, that's like fucking 4 or 5 sessions. That's not an easy process for some people. So I don't know. I think people who complain about it just don't make any sense.
Yeah.
The way I see it is people have classes that they like to play, and the classes that they don't like, they have very specific points on why they don't play it, because they don't get this, or they can do this, others can't do that. So I think the boost to Sorcerer is kind of throwing them off balance, if that makes sense.
I think what it is a pre-naturally born fear from when they upgraded Sorcerer from 3 to 3.5. Because when they upgraded Sorcerer from the 3rd edition to 3.5, 3.5 Sorcerers were the fucking most bullshit class in the game. Like, nothing resisted their damage, and they just outputted nothing but fuck you. I have a fireball that deals additional dice of damage. And everybody is like, but why? But why would I compete with this? Like, why am I even bothered trying right now?
So then everyone just played Sorcerer.
Yeah, and that's what their fear is. I'm like, I get that. But they changed one thing that the Sorcerer needed. And to be fair, most DMs, you take a spell and you're like, oh, well, I didn't know what it is. It sucks now. The DM's like, oh, let's just change it up. Who fucking cares? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done it. I've allowed players do it. My Warlock just did it. He took the most famous and most confusing spell ever, Globe of Invulnerability. I have seen Amanda and other D&D groups that I've played with, where they take Globe of Invulnerability are like, wow, look at that. I am immune to damage. I'm like, nope, you're only immune to spells. Because if you read the spell description, it doesn't say anywhere in the spell that a barbarian can't walk in there and slap the fuck out of you. It's not a force
That's
field.
true,
Nope.
yeah.
It just protects you from magic.
It's a bubble shield.
And
Pretty
then
much,
I
yeah.
told that to the Warlock, and he's like, this fucking sucks. I'm like, yeah, well, just change it out. It's fine. And Warlocks don't naturally get change out spells, so. But I was like, just do it. It's fine. The spells, it's stupid. You can't know all your spells. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's true. Like, I even had a tough time with knowing all my spells for Warwalk.
Warwalk.
Yeah, Warwalk. Yeah, Warwalk. Ooh, woo. Fuck. No, freaking. That's why I only used one spell, pretty much. Like, that's it.
Eldritch Blast is also still like the fucking best thing ever. That
It
encourages.
really is.
No, it really is. Like, that's all I fucking wanted to use was Eldritch Blast because ritual summoning was just fucking confusing for me at the time. So,
Listen, Amanda and I, she's mentioned doing a D&D live stream before. I'm just saying, somebody has to play Warlock in a live stream. It has to be a thing. That class has so much RP options. It's not even funny. You go to the animated spellbook and you watch all of the Skank Magank Warlock because his favorite class is Warlock and his favorite character was Skank Magank the Warlock.
This is like the best name ever.
He's a human. So here's his backstory. He's a human wizard who was raised by troglodytes, and he's a warlock. And his name is Skank Magank. Yep, it's fucking great.
that's fucking awesome.
A human
Wonderful.
warlock, I should say. Yeah, it's one of the funniest animations I've seen, and he does so much shit. He blows up a tavern and like kills everybody using Circle of Death. He summons an undead. It's bonkers. It's fucking great.
Oh my god.
It's one of the only classes he's ever gotten to 20 was Warlock, and he had so much tomfuckery. He's just like, no, I'm gonna blow you up and kill you, and you're gonna go fuck yourself. And it was great. Watch him.
What's Amanda laughing about? Like,
Yeah, and go ahead and while we're on it, watch his current, I think 5 or 6 part series of the Dragonborn Tales, where his party of 3 Dragonborn go to an ice town and get fought. Really, like just destroyed in so many combats. It's so funny. Watch him. He's great. Plus, he explains the base rules in a fantastic way. I actually support him on Patreon for a lot of money because his animations are great.
oh hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What was Amanda laughing about, or freaking?
About
he
the
was talking
warlock.
about.
Yeah,
The
about your
circle of
warlock
death.
thing,
And, yeah.
Maybe there will be a D&D live stream in the future. I don't know. We'll see.
I think that would
Maybe.
be a really neat idea. In the future, of course. So just
Yeah.
because I know you don't have your
In the
PC right now. So.
future.
Yeah. Well, I also don't have good enough internet to host something like that.
Oh yeah, no, you're definitely right on that. No, yeah,
I
but
have been looking at houses to live in on own sound though. I'm not gonna lie. I've seen some pretty decent ones.
oh yeah, no, they're probably better than ones here, most likely. Because what is it? I'm still.
They're about the same price. Own Sound and Cranbrook, ironically, are basically the fucking same on opposite sides of Canada.
Huh.
Their population is pretty close. I think Own Sound has a couple hundred more.
Yeah.
We both have like a Rexplex area. We have the same fast food restaurants, except instead of, I think it's Burger King. Instead of Burger King, they have Harvey's. And they, instead of Superstore and Save on Foods, they have a No Frills, but it's the same fucking company, so it's basically
Yeah,
the same
pretty
thing.
much. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I mean, they even have a train museum, a cadets hall. They have a bridge in Little Town.
Sorry. Did you just say crane museum or train museum?
Train museum.
Okay, train
Cranbrook
museum. I
and
was like
Owen
crane.
Sound
It
have a
threw
train
me off
museum.
because I thought you said crane museum. It's like,
I would go to a crane museum. You're making fun of it, but I would go to a museum of cranes. I want to see what the old school cranes look like back from fucking 1920. Yeah, I want to know I want to know how people built houses and
But
buildings then.
it's just a bunch of people holding sticks.
I would still pay to see that.
oh my god. Oh, that's so funny.
I mean, I can't blame you.
Like I'd actually do that. Like I'd actually go to a crane museum. Ah, frick. No,
There's
frick.
certain museums just like I want to see that. Like the world's biggest ball of yarn. You have to see it at least once.
Or like, what was it? Freaking. Yeah, there are just some weird shit like where you just need to go and see something like freaking like, what was it that I wanted to see? Freaking like the world's largest inflatable duck, or like the world's
Yes.
largest rubber duck.
Yes.
Which I think.
So that was actually launched in Owen Sound.
Yeah, that
so
was
they
an
did
Owen
that.
Sound, eh? Yeah, nice.
Yeah. I
No,
didn't see it obviously because I didn't live here. But
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but with Owen Sound, is that like more like a harbor sort of area? I wouldn't say harbor, but is it like near one of the Great Lakes or?
my internet.
Yeah.
Yes, it is attached to one of the Great Lakes. It is. Oh, it's not Lake Ontario. It's the other one.
Like
It's
Superior.
the other Canadian lake. It attaches itself to Chicago. It's
Michigan?
attached
Is
to
that like
Chicago. Which one is
Like
it?
Superior.
Let me look this up. I want to actually look
Yeah,
this
I'm
up.
looking
I can I can tell you all the mountains. I can tell you all the mountains. around
Lake
BC on a
Superior,
map, but I
Lake
can't
Ontario,
fucking write
Lake Erie, Lake Yukon, Lake Michigan.
Oh,
Those are the
Huron.
lakes.
Huron, I think. Yeah.
It's whatever attaches itself to Chicago.
Michigan.
Michigan,
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds wrong.
Lake
I'll look up
Michigan
later.
is attached to Chicago.
Then I'm thinking of no. You're right.
The one in Toronto is yeah, Lake Ontario is connected to Toronto and stuff, so and New York and everything, so
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yes,
No.
sir.
Yeah. No, yeah. No. I just kind of figured because I was
And,
just like,
Markdale is 45 minutes away, and that's where the Chapman's factory is. I actually grew up in Markdale.
hell yeah.
For those of you who don't know, I spent 5 years of my life, my first 5 years of my life, in Markdale, and I just told my carpool lady that today, and she's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, we actually drive by my old house like every day to work, and I could point it out." And I pointed out, and she's like, "That old fucking place." I'm like, "It hasn't changed." They were selling it. I wonder if they're still selling it. They were selling it online, and I went and looked at all the photos because I was like, "Oh man, I grew up here," and nothing has changed. They have literally changed nothing in 23 years. Plus.
Jesus
Like it
Christ.
still has the 80s green shag grass carpet in the living room.
Oh my
Right?
god.
It's like a bright ass green and it's in the living room and it's still there untouched by time. Yeah. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. The only thing that's changed is they took apart the giant shed that was in the back.
Oh, that's not that bad.
That's about it.
Yeah, really. That's fucking crazy. Like, because what was it? Because my old house here, before my parents ended up selling it, it was like under renovation hell, pretty much. We were in the midst of just trying to get rid of the fucking carpets on the wall. Yeah, yes, carpets, like shag carpet
I was
on the wall.
in there when that was still a thing, and I remember looking around and just being like, "Cool, but why?"
Like, it's just like, yeah, like I look like as a kid when I first moved in there, I was like, oh my god, carpet on the wall. And now I'm like looking back on it, it's like, oh my god, carpet on the wall. Like the hell. It's just,
Yeah.
it.
You want to know how much this unrenovated, probably never looked at for 23 plus years house was going for in the market?
How much?
$350,000. That's after 2 price cuts.
That's after 2 price. Oh Jesus
After-
Christ!
Sounds about
And-
right for
and-
Ontario.
This was the real kick in the nuts too. They ripped the back deck off and said they weren't going to build a new one because they wanted the buyer to choose their own deck. So you're selling it
Huh?
for $350,000 with no back deck, no back door, no access to the backyard because it drops into a fucking pit basically. And yeah, no, you're not gonna sell it. I don't fucking know what you want.
No.
I don't know what you want. So
No, yeah.
obviously I didn't buy it.
No,
But you know what else I was looking at because I'm trying to make some investments, and Justin might slap me for this, or maybe not. I've been
Let's see.
trying to invest in. So they're selling. There's a company that's selling a lot of buildings right now, and they're selling a lot of laundromats for laundry. and
Okay.
they're pretty fucking. They make a lot of money. They pay for themselves. They really do because everybody does laundry.
It is the perfect place for literal money laundering.
Yeah. Which I don't need to do. But the point is you
No, I mean that like
everybody.
literally.
Yeah, no, I know it really is because it's in a cash only
Like
business.
that and like car wash
Yeah.
things where you just put like in like $1 or
So
25 cents or
thank you
whatever.
so much for bringing up car wash. So there's one in Own Sound that's for sale. That's a coin operated laundromat and a coin operated car wash in one building, and they're selling it. And I was like, "Fuck me, that looks really good." And I looked online. I wasn't gonna buy it obviously, but I looked online. Looked at the price, $1.2 million.
Holy
Oh my
fuck.
god.
I was like,
What?
and you know what the worst part is? It's in a big enough, like it's attached to a highway. It probably fund itself within a year.
Oh,
Yes, it
It
easily.
really would.
It
It
really
would.
would.
It
If
would.
it's
And I
attached
was
to a
like,
highway, especially during like the summer, people
it'd
will
be,
come by, they'll just wash their car off, they do all the stuff they need to do, and then they leave.
and it's the best part too because if you bought it for 1.2 million, at best you would be investing. I would at least invest another 50,000 for new floors and machines because I would want new machines.
Oh yeah.
Naturally, if they're going to sell a building that's 20 years old. And then I would also have to probably waste, I'm going to guesstimate another 7,000 taking some home appliance repair classes so I can know how to fix my own machines in my store at a college or university. So there's that too. So,
Yeah, no, running a business like that, or just running any sort of business in general, does cost a lot of money, and I mean
well,
a
it's
lot
getting
of money.
started, especially, right? But
Oh yeah. Well, if it gets to get started, especially if you haven't like owned any previous business at all, like it's a tough thing to start, and you have to not only invest a lot
well,
of money but also a lot of time into getting the business going and keeping up that business as well.
the nice thing for me, and I don't know, maybe Justin will disagree with me. The nice thing for me is if I was going to invest in a business, I would want to pay it all outright right away and not fucking be on any loans or anything like that. Especially when I'm just starting out on my first business, I would just want,
I don't 100% disagree, but I don't agree either.
like
Because
obviously
it
I would
really
have
all
an
depends
accountant,
about.
like obviously I'd
Yeah.
have a bank there, like a financial advisor there for all my
Mhm.
steps, and I would have an accountant or somebody there as well from day one to make sure I'm not fucking myself over, right?
Yes.
But like, I don't think I would walk into the bank as a 22-year-old man and ask for $1.2 million to invest into a laundromat car mat.
Yeah, that would be a
Don't think
very
I don't think
hard.
Yeah.
The leverage, you would have to essentially mortgage the place with
my
extra, like whatever in the
oh yeah,
background,
oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. big time.
collateral,
I
just because then you'd be able to get it.
I know my credit is absolutely fantastic for my age because Chapman's does a background check, and my other work too did a background check, and they called me back and they're like, "Are you real?" They're like, "Why is your credit so great?" And I'm like, "I have no idea. I don't know what to tell you,
Yeah.
and nor do I know why you're asking me if I'm a real person. But yes, I am a real person. That's my real name." And
Hello,
yeah,
I am person.
they're
Yeah,
like,
hello.
"You have perfectly paid off insurance plans, and like you're not in debt, and you never borrowed any money for school. Like, what the fuck?" I'm like, "I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I just never did." I don't
Yeah,
know.
like for myself, like with college and everything, I can guarantee you I'm definitely in debt, and I know exactly how much money I owe. And
Well,
wasn't as much as I
Hope
thought,
so.
but yeah.
well, listen.
Jesus.
Both Justin and I said when you got that student loan, I was like, you better watch that shit on a daily basis because
Yeah, seriously.
that shit fucks you over really hard. I guarantee it.
Especially like if it's a variable rate,
Yeah.
no matter how good you think the people you're lending from, that will go from fucking 2% to 8 within
Yeah.
a year.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then
yeah.
that'll jump back down and go back up, and that is like the difference between you can paying rent or not.
Yeah. It's great.
Yeah.
Loans are one of the most dangerous things you can have
You know what else is
as
really
like a
cool
young person.
about the laundromat that I was looking at? It's also a house. So I would live above in like a separated it's kind of like a loft. It's a loft that was turned into a house. And the photos inside are pretty good. It's soundproof, heat proof, so you don't get the heat of the machines, and everything blows and cleans out the opposite side that you live on, so you don't have to deal with it. And you got your own separate city plumbing for your upstairs house. a house and your own machines. So
Oh hell yeah.
$1.2 million for a house and a business didn't sound too bad. I'm not gonna invest in it, obviously.
No, obviously not. But if you think
Yeah,
about
no.
it, like if you think about it, like that's not terrible. Like like essentially, if you split it in half, that's like 600,000 right there for a house, and then 600,000 for a business, or depending on the
Two
size.
businesses that
Two
are
businesses, yeah.
very fucking. You have to keep them running, obviously. Like you have to check the soap and make sure.
Yeah,
everything's-
if you're down for like even a day, that's like
Oh yeah,
thousands
lose
get
the
lost,
thousands, yeah.
hundreds of thousands even,
Which is
depending
why I
on
think
the
it's
time.
great that your house is there because you can just wake up in the morning and check every morning with your coffee, and make it part of your like routine. And you're right there. It's not like you're fucking driving to work or anything. You can just walk down.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean the only thing that would bother me is, I think for running a business it's always theft.
Oh, of course.
Oh yeah.
I
Millions, billions lost throughout
I hate it.
every year.
I'm too paranoid to deal with people who want to steal. I can't. I can't. My coworkers at everywhere I worked at, whenever it involved the cashier, they're like, "Are you like really? You're gonna fucking take a $5 bill and write a serial code of that $5 bill and never give it away, in hopes that it's robbed?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I really will. I really will keep the serial code of a $5 bill in my wallet to ensure that this place doesn't get robbed. And when it does, I have 18 different ways of making sure that company gets the money back, and they're not even my company. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know what to tell you either, but that's a fucking, that just must seem like a tedious way of doing it, like
When I-
literally writing down the
closed-
serial code of the money. Like
Yeah, but my bosses loved it because they trusted
Oh,
me.
of course.
Oh,
You
Yeah.
will get like your boss will like gain. You will get trust like that
when
if
I worked,
like you do stuff like that.
You're gonna show me a steroids commercial? Really? Steroids in Canada? Fuck off. I was I was working at the beer store, and my boss came in one day to see how we're doing closed, and it was a Saturday, naturally, and this was like during the whole COVID, like before they started funding everything, and everybody's getting laid off. I was like, okay, now's a pretty sketchy time for a lot of people to get laid off. So naturally, our government stated that robberies were going up because everybody lost their fucking jobs, and so he walked in and saw that I had taken all of the 20s and 50s and half of the 10s out of both tills and left them in the safe closed. And he's like, "Why did you do that?" I'm like, "Because it's a Saturday night at 10:30. Why wouldn't I do that? Why wouldn't I take 80% of your income that you've made today and put it in a safe before we close? Come on."
like
Come on,
no, that's a good way of doing it.
And he's like, "Yeah, okay, oh shit, yeah, good point. No, okay, yeah, I see your point. Never mind." He wasn't mad. He was just like, he was trying to figure out, and I think he thought that maybe I was taking it or something. I was like, no, that's in case we get robbed. Like worst case scenario, they don't catch the guy. Big whoop, you lost $100 in fines. Ooh,
Yeah.
that's a loss you can manage to deal with, right? But somebody comes in and takes 120s and like 1050s, you're done. You're fucked for the whole week.
Yeah, oh yeah, pretty much. Yeah, like
You're
big
fucked
time.
the
Like
whole
robberies can really fuck a person's income over for sure.
Yeah.
Like especially with that with
Man,
stuff
you
like
know
that.
what?
Like,
If I were to buy the building, not only would I have a car wash and a laundromat, I would also, because I have this huge fucking parking lot, invest and probably, because it's all right there, I would probably invest and pay somebody to run a dry cleaners right beside it too,
yo, that would be pretty good.
because it's all right there.
Actually,
And then I
yeah.
can
Yeah, that's
and then
true.
I can take the backyard. I'm just looking at the map. I could take the backyard and gate that off and have both my house laundromat and the car wash and the laundromat connected. And that backyard touches the city road, and I could probably have my 2 garbage cans and my recycling right there.
That's fucking insane. Jeez, you haven't even gotten the place and you're already
I'm not
dreaming.
gonna get it. I'm just like, this is how it would work. This is how you would run that business. Is doing
The
that.
fun of
right?
it, thinking about it.
Yeah.
Like that's
What's not the fun of it is getting the city to sign off on you opening a business and being like, listen, I need a garbage truck to show up once a week, and then being like, oh god, we already have 18 fucking people doing that. And I'm like, yeah, listen, sorry.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Yo.
Yeah.
It would
oh,
almost be a shoe-in too, because the person who's selling it their husband who passed away, that's why they're selling it, because she can't run it by herself, was good friends with my granddad, who also just passed away. So I don't know. It's like a shoe-in, but I don't have. I obviously don't have $1.2 million lying around.
Yeah, no,
If you
exactly.
did, I'd be asking you for some money.
It would probably help you out, but I don't have 1.2 million. Sorry, Dustin.
Yeah.
I hate to
Okay.
break it to you.
Yeah, no, freaking. Yeah, speaking of whole garbage, fucking finally, I get my fucking shitty ass garbage container thing fucking replaced, hopefully, in the next little bit. Because freaking. My landlord texted me and he's all like, hey, you want to come and help me clean up some stuff outside? I was like, fuck yeah, are you kidding me? I'll do it. Like, it'll help out. And he took a bunch of shit that was pretty much, he took a bunch of my shit that I had that was pretty much just left in the back, all the garbage and shit that needed to be taken back. And he looked at the little garbage container. He's all like, yeah, we're throwing this out. Like, let's just fucking replace it. So
Well, the thing is too is that he only had that as a 2-plex, so you didn't. But then he turned it into a 4-plex,
exactly.
and so he added twice the amount of people and didn't increase the size. It's not
No,
his fault.
no,
It's
well,
one of those things you don't like. When we lived there, I texted him once. I was like, "Listen, I don't mean to sound like a dick, but somebody fucking ran over your gutter, like the whatever it's called,
Yeah.
the trough or whatever that runs into the parking lot."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh fuck, really?" I was like, "Yeah." So just so you know, I took it off because it was building up on water, and it kind of like so that way we could have some irrigation going, and put it on the side of the wall. And he's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"Okay." And he came
Well,
over. Somebody straight up fucking parked on that thing because it was flat, it was airtight, and when I took the connecting piece off of the gutter piece that runs down the building.
Yeah.
I'm not referring to that. I'm referring to a long extension that was added. And
Yeah.
I took the extension off and it was like a fucking pool just unloaded from the roof. And I was like, okay, well,
yeah.
there you go. It was in the winter, so I'm assuming nobody saw it in the ice.
No, oh yeah,
But,
probably
I
not.
texted him and he comes over and he's like, fuck me. Like, he's like, wow.
Yeah.
It really did break. And I'm like, yeah. So he
Yeah.
just, all he did was cut off, which is fine.
Yeah. Well, frick
But
out.
it's one of those things
yeah.
where if you're renting a house, you have to tell your landlord when something's
Oh, yeah.
broken. It's not you being pessimistic. It's being like, hey, by the way, this is busted. Like, I
Yeah.
know you're only one guy.
Yeah,
in
no,
the
exactly. Freaking, because what was it? I ended up, because a little while ago, when I got my freaking pipe fixed because it ended up bursting on me, at the exact same time, I also got my fucking, my towel rack fixed. Like the one that was in the bathroom, because remember when that was completely busted? Pretty much. Like when we moved in, it was
Rules of
completely
the house,
busted.
Josh. When you fix one thing, something else breaks.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, stuff like that
So if
happens.
the thing
so.
that's broken is worth, like, you can live with it being broken, just leave it broken. Honestly.
Well, oh yeah, I could have left it broken, but like,
Or if you can fix it yourself.
Oh, yeah.
I
coulda-
I never fixed that fucking towel rack on purpose.
yeah, no.
That I honestly I didn't fix it because I knew as soon as we fix it, something
Well,
else would
frick.
fucking go wrong.
Well, frick, I tried fixing up the sink because I was all like, oh shit, like the sink's leaking or something like that. And then I just ended up breaking the sink more. I'm like, yep, cool, fuck it, I'm not doing my plumbing anymore. Like, I am not doing any sort of
Oh,
plumbing.
of course. Leave the things, like, unless, of course, you know how to do it. You know, don't.
Yeah,
Leave
exactly.
it to the people
I
who
think-
know what they're doing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I think somebody somewhere would make a lot of money if they opened a college class that said home repairs and it teaches you how to do the basic shit around.
Hell yeah, no, I
There
did. I'd
probably
fucking-
is a class like that somewhere.
Yeah,
I
they're
don't
probably.
think there's one at the
I'm
college.
no.
I know
I'm,
there isn't one at the college.
Yeah, I'm just hoping.
My dad has actually talked about that as well. He said, like, because, you know, it's one of the, we just talked about college courses and stuff, and since sometime, or beforehand, even before COVID, when he was off for his back, so I just driving the rest of us in the fucking house nuts. He was, like, talking about, you know, oh, I'd go try, like, a course like that. I mean, he knows how to do all that stuff. He could probably build a house from the ground up if you give him the time.
It's so hard to fucking teach though, like to get your permit. It's so bad with colleges.
Yeah.
My aunt has worked at a women's shelter for fucking 35 years, and she doesn't have a medical like diploma, so she can't get promoted to own her own women's shelter. And she's like, okay, well, I want to apply to get one, and the college is like, okay, well, you didn't get your grade 12, so you have to do that, and then you have to take these 8 courses, and then you have to take a teaching course, which is 3 years. And she's like, I've been on this job for fucking 35 years. I could teach the course on running a women's shelter right now if you wanted me to, but no, they won't give her a fucking permit because you have to take
Credentials.
Oh,
Yeah.
big time
And she's like,
credentials.
I think experience will always and forever do better than
I
cooking.
100% agree, but it's not. It's less the matter of like the college themselves wanting it. It's like government, and
Oh
if
no, I
something
get.
goes wrong,
Oh no, I get it. I get why the government is like that. Because you have those very select few dickheads who are like, I'm a professional, and then they're not.
yep,
But
Yeah.
and
shysters.
you know, it's one of those things where maybe you learn something that you didn't know already from the job, but like I don't fucking know.
Yeah. No, freaking like, cause what was it? Freaking, cause back when I was doing carpentry and everything, cause I just like I ended up taking that as a college course. I took that as a carpentry foundation, and now because of that, I'm like almost $6,000 in debt because of it. But freaking, but yeah, like I could pretty much go into any place and literally just apply without college because like they don't really care as long as they have just some basic grunt workers. Cool, I'll be getting paid $20 an hour pretty much just to do a bunch of grunt work. So
I mean, like they hire fucking people to work at a mine when they're super young because they said they don't need the college course to work in a mine or in construction because they'll just learn all of the tricks of the trade on the job.
oh,
Right?
absolutely.
Right, and that's why if one guy who works in a mine goes to apply another mine, the other mine's like, fucking great, you already got it.
Yeah.
Here's your tools, here's your schedule, fucking show
Yeah.
up. And that's it, that's all it is. And that's the way they like it, right? That's the way
Yeah,
some
that's
trade
how
jobs-
that's how it should be.
trucks,
So
fucking mines, everything, anything that's trade, if you can show up and already have experience or you're young enough to learn experience, they'll hire you on the spot. They
oh
don't
fuck
fucking
yeah,
care.
absolutely.
They
Like
will hire you on the spot.
yeah, well, freaking with construction work and everything, I later on realized that my carpentry thing was just kind of useless. I mean, sure, it's always nice to have a trade, but having to get a certificate in a trade which doesn't really require it much anyways, then
loud.
yeah. I mean, the thing is though, I took a
No
pre-apprenticeship.
education is ever wasted.
I
Yeah.
mean,
I
yeah,
didn't
Ever.
take
you do have a
I
point.
didn't take a cooking course
Any
because
education is good education.
Yes, no education is ever wasted. Doesn't matter what it is. You like even if you never use it, it's always good to have.
My dad pushed. I wouldn't say pushed. He suggested a cooking course because I already knew how to cook. I'm like, but why would I take it? In what fucking world would I use a cooking course to my advantage? Right? I already know how to cook.
Living by yourself,
I already
cooking
know.
better meals.
I've been cooking for fucking since I was 15 by myself. I
Yeah.
can barbecue, bake, cook, broil. I can do raw fish. I could dice lobsters if I wanted to. Like I've already done it. Okay. So like I know what I need to survive. So the only thing I would get out of it is a diploma that I can apply to a restaurant and get more pay on, which I don't want to do. I don't want to work in the kitchen. That
No.
doesn't.
Oh no,
I
they're
feel like
fucked.
I'd be the
They
worst
are
person.
fucked.
You kind of have to have a little bit of discipline when you work in a kitchen, and I have discipline, but it's not towards fucking people who don't like tomatoes. I'm sorry. I can't fucking stand that. When people are like, I don't want tomatoes on my sandwich. I'm like, oh, well, too fucking bad. You got tomatoes in your sandwich. It really brings out the flavor, I promise.
Oh yeah, no, freaking.
Josh,
I'm allergic. Don't eat it.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like, fuck. I know that so fucking well. And I only worked fast food. Like, I didn't even work at a real restaurant. I just worked fast food, and I know that all, like,
Oh
I
my
know
God.
that all that well. And it's,
Yeah.
like, I haven't noticed that much at Arby's, but holy fuck, at A&W, that was ridiculous. Holy shit.
Working at Fort Steele, there was a guy who came in. I was just at the bakery at the time, and he wanted what's essentially a sausage roll without the sausage.
yeah.
Hot.
And I asked him, like, "See, you want like pastry?" And he's like, "No, I want the sausage roll without the sausage." And I was like,
The pastry.
I couldn't
And
act
you-
like.
You want to know what? I want to read you something. Hang on, no, because this happened to an Uber Eats a couple nights ago, and I sent this to Josh,
Oh,
and
no.
it was fucking hysterical. Here it is. I sent it to Michael, too. Michael loved it. Here it is. I'd like a cheeseburger with no cheese. And then the driver replies with, okay, no problem. But just so you know, they also have hamburgers, and they're $1 cheaper. And the guy replies with, if I wanted a hamburger, I would have ordered a hamburger. I want a
Oh
cheeseburger.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh! And the guy's
Oh
like,
my
and the
God.
driver's like, okay, yeah, no problem. I'll get you a cheeseburger with no cheese. And he goes, and the guy ordering it replies, "There goes your tip." And I was like, really? You don't know the difference between a hamburger and a cheeseburger? They don't infuse the patty with cheese, buddy. It's a hamburger with cheese. A
They really don't.
hamburger with cheese. And you know what? They have Burger Fridays at Chapman's because newsflash, like most factories, they have a what's the word?
Lunchroom?
A cafeteria. Yeah.
Yeah.
And due to COVID, she's currently closed the cafeteria, and she just takes whatever building you're supposed to work in, like I'm in the gluten building, and puts it in the staff fridge for you
Yeah.
when you order it. So you order it in the morning. I didn't order one, but I did get to see some of them. I still think my burgers look a little better than theirs. But she definitely, whoever makes it, she definitely does not use pre-cooked, pre-made fucking patties from Walmart.
Oh yeah, no.
She definitely makes it herself, which is great.
Oh, there's a
Yeah.
fucking. Oh, what was it? There's a.
It's way better. That's how I make my burgers.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Oh heck yeah. That
Oh,
with
yeah.
like, and then you can also pick whatever spices, and if you want to infuse something with it, again, cheese, tomatoes,
Make a Zipple burger,
onion. Yeah.
like my dad's burgers, Zipple burgers.
Oh my God, those are so fucking good.
Yeah, there's
Jesus.
a secret ingredient in there, and I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but
It's
fucking-
crack.
When it definitely, I don't run Tweaks Burgers here. Just
Jeez.
Tweaks Coffee. I don't know what's it. This coffee tastes like crap, but man, I love it. No, it's so like when my dad
From
showed
all
me
natural tweakers.
when my dad
I
showed me
fucking love it.
when my dad showed me the secret ingredient, I was like, really, that's it? And then I was like, oh fuck, that is it. I guess it's that simple. But it's great. It's like it just
Yeah.
blows your mind how something simple can just make the fucking
Yep.
change it.
Yeah.
Change it.
No, exactly. No, but anyway, freaking yeah, you know what does use pre-made burgers? There's a restaurant
mom?
that well, she actually doesn't. Fuck you, Mike. Okay, let's take a moment to let Amanda
I'd
breathe.
say something.
Let's take a moment to let Amanda breathe for a sec. After that, freaking there's a restaurant that opened up where Little Caesars used to be, and I ordered one of their burgers, and they're cheap. They're cheap, but they're, I mean, not bad, in my opinion. So.
You know what was really gross that I saw online, and it's the reason why I still don't like eating at McDonald's.
Yeah.
They did a close-up of the patty at McDonald's where they zoomed in using a fucking microphone and took a picture of like
Microscope.
A microphone. A
You said
microphone.
microphone.
Did I? Man,
Yeah,
sorry.
fucking.
I
Oh yeah. Would you look at that burger
Microscope, and
ASMR?
They zoomed right into it and took pictures of it, and it looks like the fucking moon. Have you seen that?
Oh,
It looks
none of
like
these
a-
burgers look good
It
or are
looks
going to be
like on
good
the
for
fucking.
you.
It looks like it's the craters of the moon. Honestly, I was like, "What the fuck am I looking at?" And they're like, "This is McDonald's cheeseburger," and I was like, "What?" And it was mind blowing. I was like, "Okay, fuck."
No, that's fucked.
And you
No,
know,
but-
somebody else on the radio the other day was like, "So sometimes when people go into the drive-thru, they order food for their dogs." I'm like, "Those people hate their dogs. What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Your dog,
Yeah.
you're already eating chemicals that you probably shouldn't be eating. Your dog can't digest the same chemicals that you and I can.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, that was like
I
the
could
same.
accidentally
Yeah.
drink dish soap because I didn't rinse the glass well enough. Your dog's gonna get fucking sick from a drop, man.
Yeah. No,
Come on now.
freaking. At times, people will order like maybe 1 or 2 ounces of just roast beef for their dog, but I have no idea how natural freaking Arby's meat really is. Like,
No, I couldn't do it.
like
I couldn't feed-
no.
I already can't feed dogs human food. I just can't do it.
Yeah.
I never, even growing up as a kid, I had one dog. That was mine. I never fed him people.
Well, the only thing, like, even then, like, the only thing I think I would be able to feed my dog, if it were other than dog food, would be raw meat, but locally sourced raw meat,
So-
pretty much.
Dogs can eat things that humans eat when it's not cooked. Like, for example, a dog who has digestive issues, like he's constipated and or can't digest things well, if he eats a pumpkin, it's like fucking natural medication for him, right?
Yeah.
So people feed the dogs pumpkin. It's a natural thing. But like I can't take a piece of cooked steak off my plate covered in spices and give it to my dog. I just can't. I'm sorry. I can't
Oh,
give
yeah.
them a turkey dinner. I don't think that they should be eating shit like that.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
Because you prepared it for you, right? You're a human that's a dog, and I know that dogs have pretty good stomachs, but there's some part of me that's just like I think it's just for me it would be immoral to just feed a dog like that.
If it's a pre or not pre-cooked, but like essentially a pre-made one as well, half the time they're going to be filled with
Oh yeah,
stuff like
oh yeah.
wood shavings. That's actually a thing that's in a lot of burgers for
Oh
a
shit.
filling.
Oh damn.
Is essentially it's just wood shavings.
Can I blow your mind? And I'm gonna
Yes.
blow Amanda's mind too. People fucking freaked out when Taco Time did the proactive thing of releasing all of their ingredients online, like fully, down to
Yeah.
the last fucking chemical, so people knew what they're eating. And they said in their tacos there was 1 cup of oatmeal, and everybody's like, "What the fuck? You're putting oatmeal in the meat to make it look more beefy?" I'm like, "Listen, oatmeal is a neutral. You put that shit in anything, it'll taste like what
Oatmeal's
you're putting in it.
good as
Yeah.
well.
Oatmeal's
Yeah,
fucking,
like-
it's neutral. It's actually not that bad for you, and I don't know why.
Oatmeal's good for you.
Out of everything that they could have fucking put into a shitty diarrhea taco, oatmeal's not that bad. Oatmeal, it's also the last thing you should be worrying about that's on that list of.
Yeah,
Oh,
of
yeah.
all the like
I was about to
chemicals.
say, why were people worried about that?
Because they thought it was,
Like-
they thought they were being ripped off, right? Because they knew they were eating chemicals. They already knew that they were willing and ready to eat chemicals. But the fact that they were like, oatmeal, that's fake meat. I'm like, well, not really. It's neutral. It's a fattener,
No.
right? It
Yeah.
fattens up. I'm not gonna lie. I used to put oatmeal in burgers because it made them fucking huge. Michael knows. He used to have my dad's gigantic burgers that had oatmeal. And it wasn't a lot of oatmeal, but it expanded, right? He put
Oh yeah,
eggs,
it does
and he
expand.
mixed oatmeal into the eggs, and then he put the eggs in the burger. He changed the recipe, obviously. Added
Again, oatmeal is good for you.
Oh,
added
oatmeal
the
is.
secret Zipple ingredient, and then obviously the hamburger, and then he made burgers out
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah.
They were
Speak.
fucking
Yeah.
big. They were, like,
Fucking.
the size of
What was
fucking
it? Speaking of oatmeal,
So,
you were you remember the giant bags of oatmeal that you got years ago when you were still living here?
Yeah, is it still there?
It's still there and it's still good.
So I had a very bad skin condition one summer because I was working in 7-Eleven with all these chemicals in the dish pit, like they were high-end fucking industrial chemicals, and I got this super big rash. I had some type of allergic reaction to this thing, and my doctor was like, "Well, you could buy a really expensive like thing of cream I couldn't afford." He's like, "Or you could do the other method of just putting a sock of oatmeal into your bathtub and soak for an hour." And I was like, "Well, I guess it's oatmeal because I'm not paying fucking $50 for a small tube of cream that I'm gonna waste because it was my entire body, right? It was everything, head, toe, legs. Like I couldn't fucking get rid of it, and I was like, it's like maybe 25 ounces was inside that fucking bottle for $50. I was like, no,
Wow.
fuck that.
That's
So I bought
jeez.
the oatmeal, and I had oatmeal baths for like all winter because I was working 6 days a week around these chemicals, and though I didn't have the rash all winter, I had to fight it, right? So I did.
Preventative measures.
I
Yay.
contacted my HR rep and because I had a health plan at 7-Eleven, and was like, "Listen, do I need to worry about anything?" And so they scheduled a doctor appointment, and I went to it, and they had some special doctor in town that came. It was really fucking impressive, actually. They have a doctor that comes into Kelowna once a month for all of the 7-Elevens around in BC to go up to for like medical purposes or like claims. And he said that it was a pretty common occurrence. It's just an allergic reaction. It wasn't like an actual chemical burn. So I should just do what my doctor told me. So it was actually pretty fucking cool that they did that. But so I bathed in oatmeal for a fucking winter because I had this massive rash.
Well, guys, I think I found the title of this podcast.
I bathed in oatmeal.
Yeah, Brody bathes in oatmeal. Fuck.
Listen, it wasn't like I fucking lived in a Quaker Oat fucking dry ass breakfast oatmeal. All right, it was in a sock. It was the liquid that came out of the sock that was basically giving my skin the hydration to get rid of this fucking.
So oatmeal water.
Yeah, basically.
Pretty much oatmeal water. Yeah.
It didn't smell great, but I was fucking soft as marshmallow. I'll tell you that.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and it was great. But then I got out and I had to clean the tub afterwards.
Oh yeah.
So Josh didn't have to fucking put up with that because he was my roommate, so I had to fucking hose the tub down. But that was about it. That's all I had to do.
Yeah, no. Oh, it wasn't. I mean, I didn't notice shit, obviously, because, well, freaking. Like, half the time I would take showers, I never actually took a bath in that thing. I knew you did that. I knew you did that very frequently, though. Like, you would go in and take a bath instead of a shower, and, I mean, not a. Yeah, not a.
Fucking 6 days a week, and sometimes it was 2 jobs, and my feet were like dry as fuck, and I had to soak them in something. Right?
Oh, yeah.
And we're computer nerds, so we have a bunch of cords around us all day. I can't bring a fucking foot bath into my office. So
True, yeah.
I had to bite the
Just
bullet
got like a
immediately.
spike of anxiety from the thought of that.
Yeah, so I
Jesus.
Yeah.
I immediately was like, well, I guess I just have to be a full-grown man that sits in the tub because his body is that of an 80-year-old.
There's nothing wrong with a bath.
No, there isn't.
There's nothing wrong with
really
a
isn't.
bath if you're
It was
relaxing.
literally me soaking my fucking feet because my feet and legs because they were dry as fuck from having to stand for 10 hours.
And
a day.
there's nothing wrong with that.
It's so
Nope.
it's so annoying because it's like I could be doing something else for an hour. I could literally be doing anything else but sit here in my filth for an hour. That's what I
Yeah.
thought to myself. I was like, fuck me. I could be doing so many more things than fucking relaxing in this tub for
Yeah.
an hour of my life.
Yeah, no, for myself, like, I just take showers for the most part. Like, that's all I really do is I just take showers.
now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't had to do it yet. I haven't had any allergic reaction to chemicals yet. So it's been showers for me.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. Like,
Yeah. No, for sure. You might, I don't know, depending on if you have to clean any sort of machine, you might be subjected to chemicals.
So we had to take an orientation day, and they told us some stuff about safety. Obviously, like I said, I signed a non-disclosure agreement, so I can't talk about it. And then I had to sign a secondary non-disclosure agreement because I put that I was in a podcast. They don't want me talking about specific things, so they told me what specific things. And it's nothing like dirty. It's just that they handle a lot of ice cream and a lot of its testing that they don't want to be public right now because they don't know if they're selling it or if they're going out with that idea, right? But it's all
What?
Okay.
They're not doing Chunky Monkey with added banana chunks?
I cannot confirm nor deny that.
Buy that? I'd buy that, like,
I'd-
by the tub.
Listen,
I don't know how I'd feel about
I
that.
just told- Listen, funny story. I, as an employee, am legally allowed to order a 12-ounce barrel of ice cream and keep it in my food.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, that's what
That's it, I'm moving.
They said that in orientation. They're like, yeah, if you wanted to place an order for, you have some family coming over, you want to place an order for a 12-ounce tub of ice cream, you can. You'll just have to pay for it through your paycheck. Like, that's crazy as fuck.
Yeah,
Get a
12
discount?
Yeah, that's fuck.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, of course I do. But the fact that you can just, as a normal ass guy, order a 12-ounce tub of fucking ice cream.
And just
yeah.
put it in your freezer and chip away at it as you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
That-
much.
And I can take home all of the free factory defect ice creams that I want.
Yo.
That reminds me of when I was working up at Fort
Boxes
Steele.
printed. Yeah.
We would do that all the time because we were allowed to taste ice cream just to, like, check
Oh,
it and stuff
no,
like that.
I can bring home an entire box if it's.
Oh,
like-
I know.
Yeah.
But, like, people would do that where they would. I didn't do it. Fuck, I wish. But I was never there on the days that it was doing that. But, there was, like, some stuff that was, like, I think it was, like, a week away from going bad or something, which was actually pretty impressive. Because that stuff went
stuff
so fucking
lasts.
quick.
Yeah.
And, like, they got it for, like, almost free. And I was like, fuck. So I think I was in the kitchen for a couple weeks on that one.
So I'm done.
It was really awesome because, like, yeah, so you just make sure that you have somebody who isn't a white hat, so basically a supervisor or a helper or like it's not a supervisor, it's like I want to say it's like a teacher. I don't know. There's four fucking colors: white, green, orange, and yellow, and red. Red is management. And if they're in the room, or if you need them, you just like page them or whatever, and they'll come down and they will literally sign a piece of paper that said, "Yeah, you took these 2 things out of the freezer and it's yours." That's it. That's all it takes. And I'm like, wow, I'm fucking effortless.
Oh, wow. That's,
Naturally,
that's
because of
pretty good.
COVID-19, I'm not allowed to go into the nut house and get peanut ice cream.
The
obviously,
nut,
'cause
the nut house.
So peanuts is an allergen, and gluten-free products can be in the same building but separated by 2 very heavily secured, sanitized doors. Like as
Yep,
soon as you walk
sounds
in,
alright.
you do a whole fucking sanitization, change your clothes, like change your overall clothes anyway, because they give you clothes to wear once a day.
Mm.
That you have to keep at the factory, and they clean it for you. And then you have to go into the non-gluten if you're going into the gluten, or if you're going from the gluten to the non-gluten house, I should say, you have to sanitize your hands. But due to COVID, they shut that little middle part down, and if you're working gluten, you change in the one change room, which apparently was never a thing, or whatever. And you have to keep your lunch in your fucking locker, which you weren't allowed to do before, which makes sense. But I can't walk over to the nut house or the other building and fucking order ice cream there or lunches from the cafeteria there. I have to do it in my building because I can't go in between buildings because they want to keep everything controlled as possible, naturally. And yes, if you look up on their webpage, www.chapmans.ca, because it's a Canadian website, you will see the map of their landscape, and they will have Phoenix 1 and Phoenix 2, and that's the gluten and non-gluten. And then across this huge-ass fucking parking lot, they have another factory called the Nut House for their nut products and their main building. It's a real thing.
The nut house.
Excellent.
I just find that
they're so
ridiculously
protective of their peanut stuff. They'll have their trucks that deliver peanut ingredients and take their peanut products out, go to a separate side road that attaches that factory, and not come within any fucking perimeter on this one other building that I work at. It's nuts.
Wow.
It's
At
nuts.
least they're being good
literally
about
nuts. Literally nuts.
you
eh?
bring anything with nuts in your lunch and you get caught, it's an immediate firing. There's no investigation. I've seen and heard stories of people who brought like an O. Henry to work and that they were fired on the spot. Like they didn't even care if their line was down a person. They're just like, no, it's over.
Yeah, no. Well, they also have to do that just to keep everybody safe and everything because it is a huge safety hazard, of course. So.
Well,
And
it's actually
firing-
quite baffling,
Yeah.
how many people in America die of allergies every year compared to the rest.
Yup.
Yeah.
And it's like, and I was like, what do you mean? Well, they're like, well, 59. The difference between a Canadian and American people dying of allergies is something like 82%. Like 82% more Americans will die from allergies fucking a year than Canadians. Like that's wild.
That is actually wild. Holy
and
shit.
They said it's mainly because Canada food laws, fucking, they will nail your ass in a heartbeat. Like they will, like in America, you get caught having peanuts in a product that says it's peanut free. It's maybe $200,000 at best. In Canada, they will take 2 years of your fucking revenue right out of your pocket before taxes, shutting your ass down, and then not giving you anything else within a day. Like they don't care. Canada is so hard in their food laws. You put anything, steroids, I think it's antitoxins, and like 18 other things into your food, and you're fucked. You're done.
Oh yeah,
It's
no.
not
Good.
it's not even a fuck. You bring that shit over, like naturally, if a company brings it over, people go to America and buy American products and bring them over across the border in the car all the time. Not smuggling. You can do that when you go to shop. in
Yeah,
America.
you just go
Yeah.
and get like a pie or a bunch of ice cream or
that's fine.
food or
Yeah,
whatever.
totally fine.
You just have to announce it, really.
That's a controlled substance, right? Because the government could be like, well, that's only one family, versus an entire fucking factory. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Exactly. What do we have for time? Almost 4:20. Holy shit. Yeah, almost the time. We're almost at an hour and 10 minutes, so that should be pretty good. Should be good. I'm good with that. If you guys are.
Jesus, I heard those cracks.
I heard those cracks too. Oh my god.
Mine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My shoulders?
Holy shit, those were your shoulders?
Yeah.
Like I said this the other day, Amanda's life could be an after-school fucking special.
Yup.
Oh
Not just the special. It could probably be the whole movie.
Yesterday was insane. Like, I was sleeping, and then I wake up to my phone going off. I'm like, why is my dad calling me? And he's like, you need to get your shit in gear and get going because there's a flood. And I was like, well, shit. It was a foot of ice cold water.
Oh,
there was a flood. Somebody blowtorched the dryer in half. It's great.
Oh.
Yeah, and then when we tried to get the small pump that we had, going with the other 3 pumps to just get this water pumped out, it back flooded through a washing machine drain
Fuck.
into a person's apartment.
What?
It was a day.
This is why when I buy a house, I refuse to live next to more than 6 people. I can't do it.
Yeah,
If it's
no.
6, I can live as 6. Even if it's like families and they're like 6 houses and there's families in each of them, I can do it. But you put me in a building of more than 30 people, I can't fucking do it. So,
Yeah, no,
that's
exactly.
too many people that I don't know, that I don't like. They can't. Like, one person could fuck up and just ruin it for like 80 people, and it's just no. It's
Yeah,
not
fuck,
a thing.
absolutely.
I told my coworker this because she's like, "Well, Chapman owns an apartment building. You just move in there." I'm like, "Nah, fuck that." Not only do I have to see these people every day when I go to work, which don't get me wrong, I don't hate anybody, but like, work is work, friends are friends.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
no,
that's the way
absolutely.
it fucking should be. Sorry.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, fuck.
Yup.
Anyway, not a minute, sorry, about an hour and 10 minutes, I should say. Should we call it a day,
We
guys?
just started.
Yeah, we just started? Oh, wow. We could probably just call it quits. I mean, there wasn't really a whole lot we talked about besides, like, Brody's Chapman Factory experiences and...
Our podcast is an hour and something minutes of us talking, and sometimes it's news and sometimes it's just us rambling.
So, yeah, sometimes it's just bullshit, pretty much,
Yep.
or just rambling. Yeah,
So it should
for
be-
any new people that are watching, this is pretty much it. Sometimes
When
it could
we-
be great.
Get more of a user base, we might do more interactions. Like, what do you want to see? What are 3 questions you want to fucking know? Like, what do you want? You want tier list? What do you want?
Yeah.
Right? You want like all of our top 5 cereal brands? I don't fucking
Once
know.
a month or something, get sort of like a user
User poll.
products or something.
Get that cutaway where they had like the pig from that, what's that farm show called?
Barnyard, yeah.
Yeah,
or like Back
Barnyard
to
with
the
the
Back.
pig
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
And now it's time for some mail time.
I fucking
Mail
love that.
time. Bum, bum, bum. The police.
Hey, aren't you interrupting the show at the most suspenseful part? Well, yes, I am. I fucking love that.
It's
So
that one
good.
cutaway joke that I'm like, fuck, that's comedy gold. Because they did that in Freakazoid too, right? Where they were
Yeah.
like, here's the super intense moment and Relaxovision. Everybody just take a nice quick minute to watch this
It's
goldfish
so good.
swimming across the screen. My
I
favorite
love
one
it.
is the one where Freakazoid freaked out at the Relaxovision. He ripped it off the screen. He's like, hey, what's the big idea? And he walks into the office and he's like, why you? And then he jumps the table and it drops the Relaxovision again. And it's the sounds of him beating up the director with the Relaxovision playing. I'm like, see, that's great.
That's amazing.
Fucking
Oh my
gold.
god.
Oh, that's great.
Comedy gold. Because you don't see it, but you know it's happening, and it creates that illusion that's actually happening behind this curtain. It's glorious. It's one of the best cutaway jokes you could do is when you take the show away. And if you do it once, if you take the show away in a really suspenseful moment and be like, wow. The best meme of it I saw was Avengers Endgame, where they opened all of the portals and they were getting ready to fight Thanos, and Captain America was about to drop the Avengers Assemble voice line, and it was Avengers, and then it cut to the barnyard fucking mail line.
That's so good.
I was
I
like,
love
yeah, that's
that.
gold. See, it's gold. It works on so many levels because you're mad, right? Because you
Yeah.
know what's going to happen. But then he cuts in, he's like, hey, it's time for viewer mail time. We're going to read some letters from the viewers. And he goes, aren't you cutting off the show at the most successful woman? Yes, Sally, yes, I am. Back to the show. It's so
Yeah.
Oh, it's so bad.
It just ruins the whole moment.
Oh god,
So bad.
boy do I have a couple video ideas now. Oh
It's
my
like Blue's
god.
Clues and the fucking it's the time for the mail song, whatever it's called. I love those memes. My favorite one is from the most important videos playlist where he opens it and he goes and the guy, God, I can't remember his name. He opens the letter and he looks at the image.
Steve,
and then,
probably.
yeah, Steve, and he looks at the letter and it's like a YouTube video and the guy's like, "Suck my wiggly dick," and he's like,
Oh, yeah.
"All right, and that's it for mail." And I was like, "Oh my god."
We just got a letter. We just got a letter. Fuck, I love
We
this.
just
This
got a
man-
copyright
Wow.
strike.
You're like,
Y'all can all
Whoa.
suck a caterpillar dick.
yeah.
Fuck.
Oh fucking.
It's so good.
Oh.
So-
Anyway,
Oh, it's so funny.
before we continue rambling on, we should probably end the podcast.
Yeah, end it first.
All right.
Yeah, all that stuff. I know. Yeah.
Uh,
Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you all have a blast, and we will see you guys next week. Yeah,
See ya.
for more bullshit.
Bye.
Yeah, bye.